At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, investigations underway into two separate drownings in Grand Bahama. A leading financial analyst providing a positive assessment of the local economy. And in sports, the Bahamas picks up its first medal at NACAC Championships. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. So glad you can join us. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Desmond Saunders. As the government wraps up its demolition of shanty towns in the country, it is refuting claims circulating on social media that immigrants are given priority over Bahamians receiving social assistance. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister branded the information as false. Amaya Moss has a story.
The release from the Office of the Prime Minister notes that the Bahamas follows all international laws and that housing assistance is only provided to Bahamian citizens who meet the criteria under the means test, whether temporary or ongoing. Further, this is the first administration to take decisive and sustained action to demolish all shanty towns across the Bahamas, and the process is ongoing. Earlier this week, close to 200 residents in the Montgomery Shanty Town area were served eviction notices, giving them 28 days to vacate their properties. The release from the Office of the Prime Minister contends that immigrants in the country illegally may receive basic temporary emergency assistance, food and medical care only in extreme cases, such as natural disasters or man-made. This is short-term until immigration addresses their case. Permanent residents are only given temporary housing in the event of a man-made or natural disaster. The statement adds, we invite Bahamians to consider what type of temporary assistance they would receive in other countries if there were a man-made or natural disaster. These basic measures are standard practice under international law. Also, migrants in the country illegally who are found in these communities are arrested, charged, and deported in accordance to the law, and persons who are on work permits found living in unregulated communities trigger action against their employers. The statement encouraging the public to rely on official sources for accurate information and avoid sharing false claims. Reporting for the Bahamas tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Well, police on Grand Bahama are investigating two separate drowning incidents that occurred Friday, August 15th. The first incident unfolded shortly before noon at Celebration Key, where a 79-year-old American man became unresponsive while snorkeling. Despite CPR efforts, he was pronounced dead by a medical doctor. The second incident took place a short while later, around 2:30 p.m., when a 74-year-old American woman was found unresponsive after swimming in a pool. Lifeguards attempted CPR, but she, too, was later pronounced dead. Autopsies are expected to determine the exact cause of their deaths. Also on Friday, authorities intercepted a vessel off West End near Memory Rock for four American men, ages 67, 39, 38, and 29, were found engaging in illegal fishing within the Bahamas exclusive fishery zone. Officers confiscated more than 70 pounds of assorted fish. The Royal Bahamas Police Force credited the joint efforts of the Defense Force, Customs, Immigration, and Marine Resources Departments. Investigations into both matters are ongoing. Officials are reminding the public that safety on the water and adherence to Bahamian laws remain a top priority. All the Turks and Caicos Islands Department of Disaster Management and Emergencies on standby for any potential landfall of Hurricane Erin. TCI Minister responsible for disaster management, the Honorable Arlington Musgrove, told us in an interview that over the past couple of weeks, the government has significantly enhanced its preparedness strategies for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season.
We have conducted numerous training sessions covering critical areas such as crisis communication, shelters and shelter management, and initial damage assessment across all islands. Efforts stays in the position it is now, Grand Turk and Salt Key, because it's passing to the east of us. So Grand Turk and Salt Key will get impacted more than the rest of the Caicos Islands.
Well, the Turks and Caicos Islands government is also appealing to residents there to remain prepared for any disaster when it strikes.
Most people are stocking up on supplies in the event that this hurricane take a shift. Fingers crossed, of course. I'm also the Minister for Aviation, so I'm in constant contact with my CEO of the airport authorities. And, of course, we have our first and newest person at the matter office, Dr. Holly Hamilton. So I'm in close contact with them at the moment. If those things happen, then we can notify the cruise port and, of course, the airport authorities.
Well, still to come, two prominent figures in the Bahamian community giving back in a big way. That and more when we come back.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything.
Like wearing a Balloon Man costume?
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesars.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars, Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza.
Welcome to the Intra-African Trade Fair 2025, the gateway to abundant opportunity, the platform for more, access to a continent with more makers and creators, more technology and manufacturing capabilities, more innovators and collaborators, more information and knowledge, a continent of opportunities for business in more markets and resources that accelerate progress and create space for more infrastructure, connectivity and networking, more creativity, production, and more deals for the people. Afrexim Bank, in collaboration with the African Union Commission and the AFCFTA Secretariat, brings you the 4th Intra-African Trade Fair, hosted by the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Over 2,000 exhibitors, 35,000 plus attendees, 140 plus countries, $44 billion in trade and investment opportunities. Register now and enter the gateway to new opportunities.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Leading financial analyst and chief executive officer of Fidelity Bank, Gowan Bo, giving a thumbs up to the Bahamas National Statistical Institute's recent economic performance on the local economy. And while encouraging, Bo shared this.
The truth of the matter is the country's debt position has largely remained stable over the past 12 months, where we've not increased our debt by any significant amount, which is an achievement in and of itself. We've not, if you will, decreased the debt, but we certainly have slowed the acceleration, and hopefully that is a pattern, not a one-off. Secondly, we've seen improvement in revenue collection, which means that there's certainly more revenue that can be extracted from the economy without creating any significant damage or, I'm going to say, negative consequences. But we've seen a continued growth in expenditure, which is one that requires greater attention from the government.
Well, the new report from the National Statistical Institute noted that the second quarter of 2024 recorded the highest real quarterly GDP since the series' inception. It attributes its strong performance to industries like agriculture and fisheries, information, communication, electricity and gas, fisheries, information and communication, as well as accommodation and food services. Overall, the quarterly gross domestic trends for 2024 show continued economic growth when compared to the corresponding quarters in 2023.
Let's not get fooled by what has been good fortune up to this point in time into believing that we do not have to steer the ship and ensure that the rudder carries us where we wish to go. Geography has enabled us with sun, sand, and sea for a product, proximity to the United States, one of the largest markets in the world, that has allowed the economy to grow and thrive. But equally, how much further ahead could we have been if we had actually taken the vision of our forefathers in the 50s, 60s, and even early 70s, and not allowed their initial work to be, if you will, rested upon without continuing the same vigor and development as we move forward. So are we going to be okay as a Bahamian and young Bahamian or relatively young Bahamian? I have to believe that yes, we will be, but do I believe that it will continue to happen just by grace? No. I think that we have to be very serious and deliberate about the National Development Plan.
Air Canada suspending all operations due to a flight attendant strike that began Saturday. The Canada federal government stepped in to force both parties to the bargaining table. The attendants gave a 72-hour strike notice earlier this week after contract talks reached an impasse. Saturday News understands that Air Canada has canceled over 600 flights, including international flights. It has a potential to leave about 130,000 passengers stranded each day. Now, due to the volume of flight cancellations, the airline said it is also providing a full refund upon request for the unused portion of tickets purchased on or before August 15th, 2025 for travel with Air Canada. This is a developing story we will continue to monitor. Well, an aspiring Free National Movement candidate in the Kemp Road community offering support to families as the new school year approaches. Amaya Moss tells us more.
Families in the Kemp Road community are receiving a helping hand as the new school year approaches. Community leader Andrew Blue Johnson hosted a back-to-school giveaway, giving parents and students a hope for a brighter start to the term. At the helm of the milestone effort, Johnson says the initiative is one of many he hopes to bring to the community as he looks towards a future in public service, sharing his vision of creating lasting opportunities for families in the area.
And all these people, I can see them now bringing their children and grandchildren to my community event. So it brings me joy. The community, I can say, the people of Kemp Road and the Freetown constituency, they are like what the yellow sun is to Superman. They give me power, they give me strength, they give me joy. And so I just want to do everything I can to give back to them and show them I love and appreciate them. Anyone in the community from north to south of Kemp Road onto Wolf Road, they know me, they felt me, they feel me in some kind of positive way over the decades. So it's just like a walk in the park for me, actually.
Residents stress that the notebooks and pencils being shared today is more than a school supply. It's an investment in the country's future leaders.
Kids need somebody like Andrew Blue Johnson because he's gonna make sure that these children have education, better education, and give them something positive to do. They need that in this community and Freetown.
Really good because we are plenty family need help and suffer, with suffering, but it ain't really looking at the health. Education. So we're trying to push that out there. Education come first.
We need this more and often. We need to bring the community together. Be too divided. Blue out the band to bring us together. He come from Wentz, coming from Kemp Road, from Wentz Health. to now.
The students in the Kemp Road community are heading back to school with smiles and supplies in hand. Families say efforts like these help ease the burden and bring hope for the next school year. The community is all coming together, proving that every child deserves a strong start. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Thank you, Amaya. A very positive story indeed. Well, a big treat for residents in the Fort Charlotte community who are also in the hype of back-to-school preparations. Here's West Alex Forbes.
I'm so happy about it. I have a see son and kids. So when I went and I get them to bring them here so they could get a little gift, a little stuff.
For Yvette Grant, a grandmother of 5, the road to back to school is gritty. After the death of her son, she has stepped in to help raise his 5 children, supporting his mother however she can. She admits that the pressure can sometimes feel overwhelming. That's why, she says, initiatives like Fort Charlotte Back to School giveaways is more than just a handout. They're a lifeline.
Books and bags and stuff like that. Let's help out, but the major thing about it is the uniform.
The giveaway, hosted by Fort Charlotte Member of Parliament, the Honourable Alfred Sayers, drew scores of families to the area today. Students walked away with school supplies, backpacks, and a word of encouragement for parents to start the new academic year.
We've made provision for certain families who are working. We will have a surplus, and that surplus will be available at the community center in Fort Charlotte, so that if you miss today, there's an opportunity based on, first come, first serve basis. And we want to say to our parents, we know that there are challenges, but we are in this together.
Joining Sayers at the event was his longtime friend and supporter, Sebastian Bastian.
Too much is given, much is required, and I'm just doing what is required of me. Like Mr. Sayers said, I've been supporting him for over 15 years in this community, and, today is no different. And, we have to do all we can. Like I said, always it takes a village to raise a child, and it also takes a village to build a nation.
Together, the pair underscore the importance of community and solidarity during challenging times. For Grant and families similar, that solidarity was doubly felt. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Alex Forbes.
Thanks, Wes. Sports is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. One day of competition in the books over in Grand Bahama. The 2025 NACAC Senior Championships taking place at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Quick recap of night one. Bahamas' first medal would come in the women's 100-meter dash. 242 with two competitors in this one. Camille Rutherford running out of lane 2 and Anthea Charlton running out of lane 8. Both would have to do a bit of work to catch up to the field, but it would be Charlton with a strong finish in the final 40 meters to secure the bronze medal in 11:13. Rutherford would have to settle for 6th in 11:23.
I had a way better start, so I feel, and I just executed how I was told to. Definitely could have done better. 11-1 isn't my best, but overall, really happy to walk away injury-free, have a nice little race, and prepare for Worlds.
Other Bahamians in action last night. Denisha Cartwright competing in the finals of the women's 100-meter hurdles, running out of lane 1. She'll get out to a blistering start here, but would fade a bit towards the end and have to settle for a 6th place finish, and she would cross the line in 13:33. Jamaica's Amoy Brown taking this one in 12:83. To the men's side, 110 hurdles, collegiate standouts Oscar Smith and Anton Andrews representing the 242 here, running out of lanes 2 and 7, respectively. Smith nabbing a 5th place, crossing the line in 14:08. As for Andrews, unfortunately, he would clip his final hurdle and register a DNFF. Men's 5,000 meters, Jonathan Turner, the lone competitor there for the Bahamas, he would finish 9th in 17:22:37. Now, the meet is continuing this evening, and of course, you can catch all the race action live here on the ZNS television network. News from the MLB, Jazz Chisholm Jr. crushing his 21st home run of the season last night as the Yankees would go on the road to take down the St. Louis Cardinals. And the homer, especially sweet, courtesy of Jazz rocking this new ice cream-inspired bat. Chisholm would rip this 4-seam fastball from Cards pitcher Andre Palante deep down the right field corner in the top of the first to give the Yankees a 3 spot. That homer would be essentially all the offense the Yankees would be able to muster up in this one as they would escape with the 4-3 win. Jazz finished 1 for 3 with that homer and 2 ribbies. Yankees continuing their series against the Cardinals this evening. More from the Bahamas men's national basketball team friendlies against Nicaragua as they prepare for the FIBA AmeriCup tournament. A new face at the helm for Team Bahamas, but it isn't necessarily an unfamiliar one. Lural's Tum Tum Nairn serving as head coach for the Bahamas men's national team for the first time. He recaps the experience and the team's performance.
It was crazy, but once the game started going, I just, felt normal. But it was good. It was good for them. They could have called a timeout or 2 a little earlier, but it was good. I've been a head coach before, so I kind of just go off the feel of the game, the rhythm of the game, how I know the team is doing. But maybe I should have called a timeout or 2 a little bit earlier.
As we look at your sports on this Saturday, a check on weather when we return.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
You've
got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. In the tropics, we now have a very dangerous Category 5 hurricane by the name of Erin, and at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the center of Erin was located some 175 miles to the northeast of Puerto Rico. That puts it about 480 miles to the east-southeast of the Turks and Caicos Islands, and it's moving towards the west at some 68 miles per hour, and some slight decrease in forward speed is anticipated over the next couple of days as Erin about to make that turn towards the west-northwest and eventually towards the northwest and north. And that should happen as we head into the weekend. And we're looking at outside of our studios. We have just a few clouds. Temperature 88 degrees, a relative humidity at 63%. East-southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,015.3 millibars. That's 29.98 inches. And your temperatures around the islands: 88 degrees in Marshall, Barbacoa, Greenville, Key 87. 87 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and the Berry Islands. Isle Sound, Bimini, 84. 87 again in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 88. 88 in Otterstown, Cat Island. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space on Andros, 89 degrees. 88 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. 89 in George, Shining Exuma. Rum Key and San Salvador, 88 degrees. 89 in Betsy Bay, Maguana, and Acklands. Machitaninago, 84, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern parts of our country right through Sunday. Those winds will remain light and variable for a while. Flat seas, low tide. 8:54 tonight. You can expect your low tide at 8:52 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands through Sunday, winds gradually increasing as Erin gets a little closer, so we'll have some fresh breezes, particularly in the extreme southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands, where the winds can get up to about 15 to 25 knots, gusting to about 35 knots at times. Initially, wave heights 4 to 7 feet, but they could be building 5 to 8 feet in the vicinity again of the Turks and Caicos Islands. So we're asking small craft to exercise extreme caution over the next couple of days. And our satellite picture showing the well-defined eye of a dangerous Hurricane Erin. It's now packing winds of 160 miles per hour, but we anticipate that it will weaken a bit, at least by tomorrow. We will see those wind speeds coming down just a tad, but still remaining a dangerous Category 5 hurricane as it approaches the Turks and Caicos Islands. But we anticipate that that turn will take place long before it reaches there, and the eye could pass some 180 miles to the northeast of the Turks and Caicos Islands. And when we take into consideration that the hurricane-force winds are only confined to about a 30-mile radius around the eye, and tropical storm-force winds, well, they extend outward some 160 miles from the center. So the Turks and Caicos Islands will be right on the border of some tropical storm-force winds as we head into Sunday night. Tonight, though, we're looking at mostly clear, very warm conditions, 80 degrees for your low temperature, and tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny, very hot, 91 degrees for your temperature, and feel-like temperature, well, it's going to be more like 107 degrees tomorrow, so another steamy day shaping up. So once again, I take this opportunity to remind you, keep yourself hydrated by taking lots of water, wear light and loose clothing, and stay indoors as often as you possibly can. Extended weather forecast looking like this. We're going to have those pop-up summer-type showers, and as we head into Tuesday, this is when those outer rain bands from Erin will reach parts of the northwest Bahamas, and we can see some elevation in our shower activity as we head into the early part of next week as well. Temperature-wise, though, still in the low 90s, so a very steamy week shaping up for you, and those nighttime temperatures remaining very uncomfortable in the upper 70s to low 80s. Desmond.
Wow, some sizzling temperatures. Thanks much, Basil. That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the Weekend Edition. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
A Lyford Key. I'm Tanya Smith Cartwright. This is ZNS.